I guess, yeah, the main thing, you're here in Fort Wayne. What do you think of the facility? It's the first time you've been here in a while.
Yeah, I was here. Mike Nutter reminded me April 6th, 2009, opening day. Spent time with my friend Kevin Towers. Great memories of the ballpark. You know, it was one of the neat things about coming to groundbreakings and in ballpark openings and coming back is watching the maturation of the ballpark in the area. And I think when you look at Parkview Field and the surrounding areas, you know, it's the epitome of what minor league baseball can do in a city, in an inner city, to build up commerce, to build up a quality of life, place of commune for the community. And they do such a great job here. So I'm thoroughly impressed. I told Mike earlier today, Mike Nutter, I can't believe the ballpark's 10 years old. It doesn't look it. It doesn't feel it. And that's a tribute to Mike and Jason, the ownership group, and the staff who take care of this place. And they've continued to invest in it to make it better. The 400 Club, all the little amenities, the development around it, it's really been a joy to come back and see it.
The field has won several awards for some of the best in minor league baseball. What does it mean to minor league baseball to have facilities and teams like the TinCaps?
Well, I think that, you know, it is part of the elevation and the maturation of what minor league baseball is. You know, it's a big small business now, and it is central to so many communities, and it's central to what Major League Baseball does in developing players. You know, there was a comment at breakfast about when the Nationals beat the Cardinals, the Midwest League was eliminated from the World Series. You know, you carry forward those relationships and affiliations. So I mean, it's central to what, you know, baseball is in America, what baseball is to Major League Baseball. I think it's one of the few things left in this country that people can find common ground to come and commune. You know, as a people, Americans don't need a real good reason to get together and have fun. This is a great venue. I think when you come to this venue and you watch a ball game, you see generational crowds, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, and kids, sometimes the same family unit, which really tells me that, you know, it has resonated well in Fort Wayne. And I got to tell you, the TinCaps staff and the things that they do, the outreach in the community, it's not window dressing. They are truly a part of what Fort Wayne is, what Fort Wayne does on a 365-day-a-year basis.
And knowing that, what does it mean to you to be here and come to this event with the Midwest League Fall?
Well, I have 160 clubs. I can be about anywhere I want to be on any given day. I have a lot of great executives. I have to tell you, I'm very partial to Mike Nutter. Any time with Mike is good time. Same goes with the league president, Dick Nussbaum. You know, it's nice to come back and enjoy some of our success stories. You know, I haven't sold a season ticket in 30 years. And haven't sold a fence sign in 30 years, but to be able to coattail on success stories like this, I think it validates the body of work that we try to do in St. Pete and what 160 clubs across the country try to do for minor league baseball and our partners at Major League Baseball.
The Midwest League obviously has several of the strongest franchises in minor league baseball, including the TinCaps. What makes the Midwest League so special and so strong?
Well, I think it's just that. I think you have an ownership group and you have a history and a communal commitment, you know, community-wide commitment across this league. There is friendly competition within. They push each other. They have each other's back. They have the ability to agree to disagree, but come out on the right side of the initiatives. They understand that the strongest club is stronger when the weakest club is stronger. And so I think all of that, you know, collegial attitude and doing very, very good business. The level of sophistication of this league is off the charts from what it was 20 years ago. You know, the ownership groups, the ballparks, everything about this league is so much better, and it operates at such a higher level that you know, it's something that when you're in this league, you know, they make sure you understand how special it is.
What challenges do you see for the league and teams, you know, in terms of, you know, everybody's saying life is getting busier and that sort of thing. So what kind of challenges do you see, and what kind of things are you seeing coming on as a trend to combat, you know, the competition for people's time?
Well, I don't think there's any question that today's audience is a different audience than 5 years ago, 10 years ago, certainly 15 years ago. We communicate differently, and it's incumbent upon minor league baseball individually and collectively, you know, to keep pace with the demographic and to communicate your handhelds, email, social, all the things that at 61 I struggle to do on a regular basis, but we know it's important, and our clubs are excelling at that. People won't buy what they don't want, so you have to present a product that's relevant. I tell clubs all the time, we can fight with Major League Baseball, we can have lease problems, we can have bad weather, but none of that will overcome what we have. But losing our relevance will. If we lose our relevance in a community, we're dead in the water. So I think that's a big challenge. Making sure that we reinvent ourselves on a regular basis and we stay in touch and listen to our fan base. Make sure that they're engaged and we're providing a product. Customer service is always job one, to steal one from Ford. But I think those are the things. Technology is our future. The ability to engage you, to communicate with you, to get you to make a decision as a result of an email blast or a tweet or a text. Those are all things that we just have to do to keep pace and communicate with our fan base in the way they're communicating the rest of the day.
Sure. And just to kind of follow up on that, a lot of the younger generation is saying that they're more of an experience-based type, they want the full experience. What are some of the things that you see that the teams are doing that are being successful to have a high level of interaction with their fans, and how important is that?
Well, I think it's critically important because, again, I was told that millennials, and I'm not trying to pick on them, have like a 7-second attention span. It's abbreviated. So I think it's important that we engage them. When I was a younger person in my late teens and early 20s, when I went to a ball game, I wanted to know 3 things. I wanted to know where my seat was, I wanted to know where the concession stand was, and I wanted to know where the bathroom was. And I was going to sit down and watch the game. Today's fan of all ages, they don't want that. They want social areas. They want a good broadband width so they can communicate on social media, do the Instagram, and share their experience. They want to engage in on-site trivia. It's coming to the day, and I've said this, and people years ago when I would say it looked at me like I was crazy. You can decide at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you call your wife or your husband and say, let's go to the game tonight. Okay, I'll order the tickets. What do you want the kids to eat? We're going to order it all before we get there. We're going to scan our phone for our tickets, and they're going to bring us our food in the 4th inning because we pre-ordered it. And that old ratty hat you got, I'm going to have a new one brought to you in the 5th inning. And don't worry about reaching for your wallet because you got your credit card on file and it's all taken care of. That's what we have to do. And those are the things that we're already doing. The point of sale for concessions, wave your phone, Venmo, PayPal, whatever it is. Those are things that we have to do. It's part of relevance, it's part of servicing our customer, and it's a part of fitting into their life as opposed to them adjusting to fit into ours.
Sure. And a tremendous amount of investment has been made in downtown Fort Wayne. I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes since you were here last. Overall, how do you feel that the ball club can maximize that, and what can the community do to be even more supportive of the TinCaps?
Well, I think that you run into the issue of capacity when you start thinking about the TinCaps. The amount of use that this ballpark gets, and what this 2 or 3 block area has become as a destination. I think that just don't let it be taken for granted. Don't let it become passe. I know that the club won't do that. You constantly have to reinvent yourself and your business, and I think that what the community can do is do themselves a favor and continue to enjoy it. And one of the things that happen is as humans, we tend to take things for granted and assume. Losing relevance is bad for a club, and assuming the team will always be here is bad for a community. So, I'm not scolding anybody. Just keep doing what you're doing, because this is a poster child for how to run a minor league team and how to gauge a community. When I get their charity report and I see the number of non-baseball day events that they hold here, it's a municipal asset, and so just keep it up, I think is my message to the community.